Well, good morning, lug nuts. It's a early morning on a Sunday, and instead of working on a classic car today, we're going to do a little maintenance on the old daily driver here. This is my tank. It's a 2011 Ford F250 FX4 Lariat Super Duty, and it's a great truck. Love this truck. Super comfortable. Drive it everywhere. Only problem is driving at night, you just can't see shit. So today we're going to update the headlights with some LED headlights, and we're going to take you along on that process. I know it's not one of our normal classic cars, but figured I'd share this with you just to bring you along on the journey. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to get started first and foremost with removing this cover, this front grille, and to do that we have 4 10mm bolts. Now, why we have 10mm might help if I had a 10 instead of an 11. So why there are 10mm bolts on a Ford, I don't know, but seems to be the standard. I think that's because that's the one that gets lost the most, is the 10. So we got 4 of these. All right, and what you're not seeing behind us is my handy dandy tool cart that I got built up just for stuff like this, so that I can work handy. So once we've got this loose, and just so you know, this is made a little more difficult by my big gigantic ranch hand bumper. So we're going to grab our step stool. We're going to chase 5 little clips down at the bottom of this thing that will release the grill. So let's get a little light in here 1 second. Just get us a little bit of light. So we got some clips down in here that we need to push down that will pop this grill loose. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you've done that, okay, looks like we got a little plastic clip right there. Now we can lift our grill up and out of place. All right, it's just that easy. All right, now that we've gotten the grill out of the way, we got 4 10mm bolts. 1 that is right up here on top, and just so you know, you don't have to take this one completely out. You can just loosen it. It's got a slot. So that will do it. Then you've got these 2 in the front. These do have to come out. All right, get those out of the way. Put those in our handy dandy little carrier. And then we've got the fun one. There's 1 down on the bottom that, because of this bumper, I believe has to be gotten from underneath. So let's see if we can show you that. All right, now here we are underneath. And normally, if you had a regular bumper, this wouldn't be an issue. But because we have our ranch hand, this is an issue. So what you're going to see is you're going to see this 1 lonely little 10mm bolt up underneath here. And of course, we're going to do this one by hand, just to be able to get in there and out we go. All right, once we've gotten all of the bolts out, you're going to gently remove your headlight. Now, there is still one little clip back here that pops out. Once that's done, you just slide this whole thing out. All right, once we've got that done, we need to remove these clips. These are pretty easy. We're just going to unplug them all. Hit the releases. Some of them, depending on if they've been in here forever, will not want to come loose. All right, that being said, we pull all those out and we've got our headlights out. So now we can take it over to the bench and start replacing bulbs. All right, now that you've got your light out, I have this old wood workbench in my shop, so rather than damage my light and scratch it up and everything else, I've got these moving blankets that I use. I lay them on the ground, things like that. So I put it down on the counter just so I can not damage my bulb. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace them. I got these off of Amazon. Very inexpensive. I think it was $75 or so to get headlights, the park lamps. I'm not doing the side markers. And I got the fog lamp replacements. All LED, should brighten up the front of this truck quite a bit. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take this, twist it out. Nice little housing. These bulbs are the old incandescent style bulbs. You pull that out of there. We stick this one back in. And unlike the old halogen bulbs and stuff like that, you don't really have to worry about touching the ends. I don't recommend spending a bunch of, I don't recommend just treating them poorly, but do be a little careful with them. But if you do touch them, the grease from your fingers isn't going to be that big of a deal. This will only go in one way. You'll see you've got a big slot, two little slots, and on here you've got a big spot and two little spots. So you got to get that line back up. It's only going to go in one way once it's in. The other thing is make sure that your seal stays intact. That keeps moisture out of your lights. And then that one's done. Next one is this one. A little more stuck, but out she comes. We have the old incandescent style light. This one, we're going to just get rid of the whole thing. We don't plug anything into it or anything. This whole housing goes away. And so now you've got a brand new housing. You've got a rubber seal on the brand new housing, just like this. This housing goes in there. And once again, you've got different shapes. You've got this slot, and then this little one. So that being said, you find the right direction that this drops in. Find the right direction that this drops in, because you want to get these in here straight. All right, that bigger one is on top. That's going to have to go right there. All right, drops in, twist. Make sure it goes in there securely. Twists in. And just like that, you're done. All right, everybody, we have gotten the lights in, and now everything just goes back together the same way it came apart. You go back in, you plug your plugs back in. Everything plugs right in. Make sure you get everything clicked back into place the way it's supposed to go. All right, take our headlight, we line up the little post right here, get it set into place. Bottom end. Bumper does not make things very easy. All right. Clicked into place. Clicked into place. We got our 10 mil. Grab our little bolts. All right. Well, we drop the bolts a little bit at a time. Drop them twice. Best to start this one by hand. Got her started. Hopefully you can see. I'm putting everything back together. Now these things don't need a super monkey death grip to go back in. Let me tighten this top one back up. Well, we put that one on the floor for a reason, because we got to put it back in underneath here. So, get back up underneath. Get this one started by hand. Get our ratchet. Tighten everything back up. Once again, most of these things go into plastic areas, so there's no reason to super monkey death grip it. Get us a paper towel. Wipe off the front of our lens because we had some water on there that picked up some dirt. We wipe all that off. And then we test our lights. Ta-da! All right. Now that we've got our new headlights in, you can see a side-by-side comparison. You can see the old yellow incandescent lights on the right-hand side. And then on the left, you can see the new LED lights that are much brighter, help us get way more visibility at night, and make life a whole lot better. So once that's done, you just have to do the same thing on the other side. Go back together, put everything back the way you took it apart, and you're done. Quick, easy upgrade. Should take you no more than about an hour with some basic tools in your own shop or garage or driveway or whatever it is. So, you know, the mystery of all of this is that, all right, lug nuts. So as you can see, we've got a much brighter light right here on this side than we do on this side. The old incandescent bulbs are yellow and don't project real far. The LEDs are much brighter and project a little bit further. Gives you a much better look, higher visibility at night, and is an easy upgrade that pretty much anybody can do in their driveway. So I would recommend this upgrade. And you know, the trick is that you can do it in about an hour with basic tools. You can buy the lights off of Amazon. Like I said, I think I got $75 in both headlights, the parking lamp turn signals, as well as the fog lamps. To upgrade all of them was about $75. I'm not recommending any brands. I'm not paid or endorsed by anybody. But, you know, lug nuts, this is something that you can very easily do in your own garage, in your own driveway, with what you saw as a screwdriver and a 10mm bolt, a 10mm ratchet, and an extension. And it's easy. It's something you can do. And I highly recommend that if you have the opportunity to do stuff on your own vehicles, get out in your shop. Get out in your driveway, get out in your garage, and work on your stuff. Gives you a sense of accomplishment, plus way better than paying somebody to do it. All right, lug nuts, here's the finished product. All nice, shiny, brand new lights. Got our fog lights in. Everything works. And when you finish this, you want to test your lights to make sure turn signals, everything still continues to work. So, that being said, this is the final product. Everything is put back together. All right, lug nuts. Well, that's going to be it for today. And I hope you learned something. I hope you learned that, you know, this is something that you can do very, very easily in your own driveway or garage. It's something that cost you very little money to do. It took me, with camera setup and everything else, it's taken me about 40 minutes to do all of this. If I didn't have a camera set up and wasn't teaching you guys this, it wouldn't take me but 15 minutes to do this whole thing, you know. So if it takes you an hour or whatever it takes, then just go out and do it. You know, guys, you gotta find a way to have some fun, enjoy your time, and you know, these are things that you can do yourself. So with that being said, I'm gonna sign off for today, lug nuts. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, keep the shiny side up. Oh, I messed that one up. Oh, that's not good. Keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up. See you later.